ChatGPT Plus is free for college students through May. Here's the thing. You've got a lot to do between now and then. Studying for finals, writing papers, trying to keep your life on track. And ChatGPT can help with all of it. It can quiz you for your econ exam, make a study guide from your French notes, plan out your meals and study breaks. It can get really specific on how you like to learn. It can even help you come up with ways to stop procrastinating. So from now until summer break, take advantage of all the ways ChatGPT can make your life easier. Restrictions apply.
Fellas, you know Degree Cool Rush deodorant, right? Well, last year they changed the formula, and guys were mad about it. One dude even started a petition. So guess what? Degree heard us, admitted they messed up, and brought the original Cool Rush scent back exactly how it was. And it's in Walmart, Target, and other stores now for under $4. So grab some and remember why its cool, crisp, and fresh scent made it the #1 men's antiperspirant for the last decade. Degree Cool Rush is back, and it smells like victory for all of us.
Parents of tweens, if you're familiar with far-off drop-offs...
Dad, stop, right here.
Or get DMs about what's for dinner, you may be experiencing tween milestones. For your son or daughter, these can start at age 9. HPV vaccination, a type of cancer prevention against certain HPV-related cancers, can start then too.
For most, HPV clears on its own. But for those who don't clear the virus, it can cause certain cancers later in life.
Embrace this phase. Help protect them in the next.
Ask their doctor today about HPV vaccination. Brought to you by Merck.
Hello, everyone. The clip you're about to hear is from one of our exclusive Patreon episodes, and just like all of our other episodes, it might contain major spoilers. You've officially been warned. If you'd like to hear the episode in full, just head on over to our Patreon page at patreon.com/horrorqueers and subscribe today to get hundreds of hours of exclusive Patreon content, all for just $15 or less. That's patreon.com/horrorqueers. Without further ado, here is your Patreon clip. I'm not going to say a return to form because I think that was kind of 5 for me, but a really, really good, fun, entertaining entry in this franchise.
Yes, absolutely. And here's the thing. I probably would say a bit of a return to form. We both really like 5. I feel like part of the reason everybody likes 5 is the way it circles back and connects to the first film. But you and I have rewatched all the Final Destination films. Like, we watched it with friends over the pandemic closure, and there's a bunch of things that I don't love about that movie, particularly some of the characters. And one of the things I like the most about Final Destination Bloodline is that there's no asshole in this mix.
Yeah, that is, I mean, because even the obligatory, like, what, Death's not coming after us, you're crazy, what's going on? Like, it's so brief, and we do move past it as soon as someone dies next.
Yeah, and I just found that really refreshing. This is a movie that understands its own history and also how to fuck with us, but then it has made some gentle course corrections in these interceding 14 years to, I think, give us among the most satisfying group of characters. Like, never mind if it's, oh, I love Mary Elizabeth Winstead. It's like, yeah, but she's also surrounded by some junky shit characters. Whereas I think this as a whole might be the most solidly consistent and enjoyable group of people maybe ever in the franchise.
I think you're probably right. I mean, I will always, because I think I've been on record as saying, like, Final Destination 3 is my favorite in this franchise. Like, I think it is the most playful. It is in those original 5 films. It's when I feel like everyone really kind of got everything clicked into place.
Right. Yeah.
And it's hard not to look at 5 with, like, rose-colored glasses because 4 was such a fucking clusterfuck of a movie.
Yeah, like 5 benefits because 4 is so bad.
But I guess what I'm trying to say is I don't necessarily think this film was reinventing the wheel. I do think it does some really clever things, and it's clearly made by people who know how a Final Destination movie is supposed to work.
Yes.
But it doesn't really offer a lot new or... there's not a lot of subversion, I think, in this film, which isn't really a knock. Again, I think this is a very fun movie. It's just an observation I had.
I think it's really hard to make a good Final Destination movie and be too subversive because you're going to start to move away from what makes it. I mean, folks, I know that we're talking about this like in a very weird kind of 2 levels removed sort of way. It's reminding me of the questions where it's like, oh, that's not my Final Destination movie. Well, what is a Final Destination movie and isn't that kind of subjective. But I agree with you that I think these people knew what the formula was and they're staying within that sandbox, but they also know what the audience is going to expect. So they always try to keep it very playful. And, oh, you thought it was going to be that killer death object, but no, it's going to be twice removed something else.
It's because I do think this is one of the funniest entries in the franchise, intentionally so. But I also don't think it necessarily detracts from the tragedy of some of the kills. I mean, like, some of these characters, like, who the fuck is Julia? I don't know who this character is. She's the blonde cousin. But others, though, I think we do get, like, more character work than what we've gotten in some of the previous films.
I would fully agree with that. And I think that's part of the reason why I'm suggesting that this group feels more consistently enjoyable as a whole is because I felt like I actually got to know some of these people to the point where I was upset at a couple of these deaths. And I mean, it's a bit foolish, right? Because name one Final Destination movie where more than one person gets out alive, if that. And your answer is going to come down to 2.
Well, it's wild. I was really shocked to find out that we are referencing AJ Cook's character from Final Destination 2 in this movie because
Kimberly,
in my mind, I was like, no, they died. Her and that cop were shoved into a wood chipper and between films. But I realized, oh, that's only on the Final Destination 3 DVD when you get to do the choose your own death thing. And there's a part where you can look at a newspaper that says they were thrown into a wood chipper, but it's only on that version of the movie. So I was like, oh, this isn't canon. So technically, they did survive Final Destination 2.
That is wild.